So a trend spiked on TikTok this morning: pirate core. It probably has a week, maybe less, before it peaks and fades. You already have products in your catalog that are clearly pirate core, but your content doesn't say that. Your taxonomy doesn't connect those products to the trend, and when someone searches pirate core, you don't appear. You've validated that this is a real trend and it's growing rapidly. And now your CMO is standing over your shoulder wondering, what are you going to do about it? Amplience Workforce is an agentic content workflow platform so flexible it can help you with very niche, very specific problems, like this one. Today I'm going to show you a flow that's already pre-configured to research the trend, find products on your website that work, and write an AEO-optimized buying guide to support your campaigns. This flow does several things. The first is the trend. That could be a hashtag, a social campaign, or anything similar. In this case, I'll pretend to work for boohoo.com. Let me explain what this flow does. As it runs, it handles the same tasks you would normally do yourself. First, a trend research agent finds out everything about the trend. That gives it the full context, including what types of things it should be looking for, relevant hashtags, SEO content, and anything else relevant. It then searches your website for products that match the trend. It also explains why those products match, and we'll see that later in the review screen. Next, it loads all of those images, double-checks everything, and passes all of that information to a buying guide agent, which writes a buying guide for you. That guide includes everything needed for SEO, GEO, and AEO around the trend, while showcasing your products. It also generates a lifestyle image prompt based on the products and the facts it finds, which is then used to create a unique hero image, because buying guides perform especially well with an effective hero image. It then sends all of this to review so you can review it yourselves, and if you decline it, it can regenerate it for you. Once you accept it, it continues with the other tasks in the workflow, such as creating alt text for the images and uploading those images to a DAM. It will also create the content for you in your CMS and assign workflow states so you can immediately review it, tweak it if you want to, and publish. So let's take a look once it's finished. We now have an AEO-optimized buying guide ready for pirate core. Let's review. Okay, it shows a summary of the products it found, along with the images to use. It also gives me options for the AI-generated lifestyle images with the actual products in them. I think I'll pick the first one, so I'll remove the other two. Great. It then gives me the actual buying guide, written properly to explain what the trend is and what to look for aligned to your products. It also gives details for your products that are factual, including the product images, the specifications it found, and the prices. It also explains why each product is relevant to the trend. It does the same for every product it finds. In this case, there should be 5. It then provides an overall comparison, so you can see the differences across the products, along with FAQs related to the products with links included, which will help agents and humans navigate through your site. Not only that, it gives you a summarizing statement, still with hyperlinks, reinforcing why Boohoo is the right place for this. In this review screen, you'll also see all of the research context, including the trend report. You can see why the trend exists, an overview of it, what product attributes it should be looking for, and all of the things it used to search for products on the site. It also shows what content angles you can take. It includes different keywords, what you can add to product description pages, what hashtags you can use, any competitor improvements, what your audience profile should be, and the detailed research carried out on the products themselves. That includes where it found them, information about the products, and also a trend fit. If I'm happy with the buying guide that was produced, we can approve it, and then the flow will continue. And by continue, I mean it will handle everything else you told it to in the flow. If we look here, it's now generating alt text for an image. It's also creating the asset for the image and will save it to the DAM. so you don't have to manually copy and paste between systems. Now, if we look at our dam, there it is, a new image. If we open it, the alt text has already been applied, and it's already tagged to show that it's an AI-generated image for governance later. Let's go into the CMS and look. Yes, now here we have our Pirate Core buying guide, and it has populated everything, including the image, all aligned to a CMS structure as well. We can now open the new buying guide and edit everything just as you normally would, with the beauty of Amplience. Once you're ready, you can save and publish. That's your job done in a few minutes. So the next time your CMO stands over your shoulder, you'll have it covered, right? With Amplience, from idea to everywhere. Find out more at amplience.com.